Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Neyssa with XPansive Taste, and today we're talking about how it's time for you to level up. It's time for you to allow yourself to be the person that you want to be. It's time to stop sleeping on yourself. There are some things that have happened in your life that have caused you to believe that you are not important, that your words don't matter, that you are invisible, that what you want doesn't really matter, and that you have to put yourself or set yourself aside in order to allow others more space for them to be themselves or for them to be okay. There are some things that have caused you to believe that making yourself small and invisible is what is protecting you. It's what allows others to like you, to accept you. But it's time for you to stop hiding the things that make you great. You have a talent, you have a beauty, you have a dream, you have so many things that are so good and great about yourself that you are just hiding because from your experience, you've seen how some of these things invite judgment and jealousy. Maybe you love alternative fashion or you just like dressing up, but you've noticed that people would tell you that you're just doing too much, or what you're doing is tacky, or you should just try to dress more simple, and you don't have to do this and that. Or maybe every time you express that you want to lose weight, your friends are telling you that you're fine just the way you are, you don't need to change a thing, but the real reason is actually that they just are comfortable with you being the fat friend, or they don't want to have to compete with you pretty much because they're scared that you might look better than them. Maybe you like singing, making music, doing some kind of art, but every time you talk about this passion of yours, your friend who is so close to you and so dear to you, they just get strangely quiet, and it's just like there's no ounce of like them showing any kind of support. You could be the straight A student, but you don't allow anyone outside of the classroom to know how smart you are, because from your experience, you see how that can make you a target and can cause jealousy. So maybe you don't raise your hand when you know the answers, you don't offer any solutions or give out any advice. You just dumb yourself down because you know that, and for some reason it's better for other people to underestimate you. But right now, I'm telling you, it's time to speak up, it's time to glow up, it's time to fight back, be a leader, join the debate team, stand up for something. There is so much light inside of you, there is so much power in you, and it's time for you to tap into that. You sleeping on yourself stems from you being a people pleaser. You are so worried about how people are going to react when you level up, because once you start deciding to not be invisible, you're going to attract hate, you're going to attract jealousy, you're going to attract judgment. But it's time to stop making other people's negative emotions your responsibility. You don't have to be the bigger person all the time. You don't have to be the humble person who is just protecting everybody all the time. It's not your job to feed their egos. It's time for you to pour into yourself so that you can be the person that you are meant to be. Start giving yourself permission to be the best version of yourself. This is actually a practice that I do. Every time I decide to show up as my true self, every time I'm about to post a video, I have to do like a little meditation or affirmation where I tell myself I am allowed to be the highest version of myself at all times. I spent so much time feeling like my words don't matter and my feelings don't matter, what I want doesn't matter, that I have to remind myself, I have to give myself permission to be who I want to be, to show up how I want to show up, to be the highest version of myself. So you can practice saying that in front of the mirror while you're all glammed up at any time really, and you tell yourself, I am allowed to be the highest version of myself. I am allowed to be the highest version of myself at all times. I am allowed to be happy. I am allowed to feel loved. I am allowed to do the things that I want to do. I am allowed to do the things that fulfill me. So go ahead and wear all the cute clothes in your closet that you've been hiding and saving for special occasions. Go ahead and put that makeup on. Get your nails done. Go to the salon. Get that Brazilian blowout. Get your silk press. You know how good you feel when your hair feels light and it's flowy and it's just looking all sorts of amazing, okay? You know how you feel when you walk out that salon, okay? So hang on to that feeling because that's what you deserve. Don't let anyone talk you out of treating yourself nicely. And this isn't just about the physical. No longer sleeping on yourself is also spiritual. It's also mental. It's a whole lot of things, okay? If you need to go to church to fill up your spirit, go ahead and do that. If you need to meditate, do that. Take the time to do the things that make you happy. Go ahead and dance, get that physical trainer, start doing your art, go to a concert, go to a retreat, go volunteer at that non-profit organization that you just love the mission of. Earlier today, I was thinking about this analogy when it comes to brides and weddings. So I feel like all your life you have been the wedding guest. Because as a wedding guest, you're not supposed to wear white because it could compete with what the bride is wearing, of course. And some people find it inconsiderate for you to have a special moment, for you to be proposed to during someone else's wedding, because again, it could take attention away from the bride because it's her special day. And that is, perfectly acceptable. But I feel like you have been living your life as the wedding guest the whole time. Like, you have never decided to be the bride. You have never been the one to get the attention. You're so comfortable with being the person who supports other people that you yourself are never supported. So it's time for you to stop being the wedding guest and show up as who you're meant to be. Show up as your highest version. Demand attention. Demand recognition for the great things that you are doing with your life. And sadly, as you do this, some of your worst fears will come true. You will start to notice how people around you aren't really as supportive as they said they would be. You are going to notice how other people are jealous of you. People are going to tell you that you don't deserve the things that you have worked hard at. You are going to notice how quiet some of your friends get when you are experiencing success. And as you think more about your experiences, you're going to realize that some of your friends were closest to you when you were at your lowest, because that is what they were comfortable with. They were comfortable with you being depressed, with you being unhappy. But all of a sudden, when you are happy, when you are giving yourself some love and attention, they're going to be really quiet. And unfortunately, that is something that happens. And while you are pursuing your dreams, you are going to get some people who are really just unsupportive and trying to talk you out of it. They'll tell you that you're not talented enough, that it's not time for you to do this thing, that the way you're doing this is wrong, or that you should maybe consider doing it another way, which is really not at all aligned with who you are. Some people will try to control you and keep you on a leash as much as they can, because they feel like when you level up, when you come to the realization of who you are, when you become successful, that, I don't know, they are going to be left in the dust or whatever, or their egos are so fragile and damaged that they fear you ever becoming better or surpassing them in any kind of way. So yeah, some of that will happen, but what's going to matter more is how you feel. You're going to feel proud of yourself. You're not going to let yourself down. You're not going to live your life with regrets. You will know that whatever it is that you are trying to achieve, that you put in your best effort to make it happen. And that is something to be proud of. So guys, the time is now. It's time to stop sleeping on yourself. Don't wait until January 2024. Don't wait until you hit rock bottom and have to build yourself back up. The time is now. It's time to start pouring into yourself. It's time to realize your greatness and to start using the gifts that God is giving you. God gave you a talent. He gave you a voice. There's an intellect inside of you. There's a mission inside of you that needs to be expressed, that needs to be used. You can't just hide who you are anymore, because there is a light in you that needs to be fed. And when it is, this is going to be so great for the world, so great for you, so great for your family. Like this whole, self-deprecating stuff, self-diminishing, insecurities, all that, it's got to go. It's time for you to realize how great you are and, make some things happen. You have to be empowered in order to decide to step out of yourself. You have to be empowered to actually have the confidence to actually change the world and make some good things happen. So that's all I have for you, beautiful people. Thank you so much for listening. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm so happy to have, I think about 250 subscribers. So that is amazing. Thank you guys so much for supporting my channel and allowing it to grow in this way. I hope We can do more together, guys. So yeah, thank you so much. Goodbye, beautiful people. I send you my love. Mwah. Bisous.